Is it true that Jimin will be unexpectedly discharged from the military? And why did Jungkook submit a sudden visitation request? What is really happening behind the closed walls of South Korea's military institution? Tensions are rising among fans and observers of the Korean entertainment industry, following unverified reports regarding the condition and status of BTS member Park Jimin, who is currently undergoing mandatory military service. According to sources close to the military's internal circle, Jimin is reportedly facing a serious threat that could lead to an early discharge. The situation grew even more suspicious when Jungkook, another BTS member who recently began his break period before post-military activities, was officially seen visiting the military base where Jimin is stationed. Is this just a friendly visit? Or is there something much bigger and more urgent going on? Initial reports obtained from internal sources indicated that Jimin was involved in internal discussions with his superiors concerning health issues and psychological pressure, which were said to be affecting the stability of the training environment. There has been no official confirmation from the military so far, but the narrative widely circulating within online communities suggests that Jimin's situation is not something to be taken lightly. Some fans even noted that Jimin has been absent from several routine internal documents usually sent to soldiers' families, a fact that strengthens the suspicion that something is not going as it should. Jungkook's visit to Jimin's military location is not a common occurrence, especially given South Korea's strict military policies on access and unofficial visits. However, Jungkook's presence, known to have arrived on Wednesday morning in civilian clothes, but accompanied by HYB agency representatives, raised more questions. Was his visit merely for personal moral support, or was there a special mandate from the agency or even from Jimin's family? A military observer who asked to remain anonymous told the editorial team that visits by big celebrities like Jungkook to a military complex in such a sudden context usually only occur under very urgent conditions. He added, in certain scenarios, this could happen if a soldier is experiencing serious psychological issues or is under consideration for a major decision regarding the continuation of his service. Interestingly, HYB, BTS's parent agency, has not issued an official statement to date. This silence further clouds the situation and fuels rampant speculation across fan forums, both in Korea and internationally. Some have begun accusing HYB of attempting to cover up the real situation under the guise of protecting privacy. However, with BTS's reputation as a national and international icon, transparency seems to be a growing demand that cannot be ignored. Simultaneously, discussions among former military trainers have provided a new dimension to this news. One former instructor mentioned that Jimin once showed signs of excessive anxiety during the early phase of training, which if left unchecked, could worsen in the harsh military environment. It's not uncommon for major celebrities to experience extreme pressure in military life. They're used to the stage, not to restrictions, military discipline, and limited communication. He stated, what's even more shocking is information allegedly leaked by a military medical officer, who said that Jimin had undergone psychiatric evaluations twice in the past month. It's unclear whether the results of these evaluations form the basis for a discharge recommendation, but the fact that such evaluations took place indicates that the military has considered non-routine measures in handling Jimin's case. On the other hand, sources in the entertainment industry stated that Jungkook has been feeling uneasy since receiving news about Jimin's condition. Reportedly, Jungkook personally submitted a request to visit Jimin, a move that not only shows the emotional closeness between them, but could also indicate the urgency of the situation. Some fans noted that Jungkook's last social media posts, which are usually calm and artistic, suddenly disappeared, as if he was dealing with internal stress. Meanwhile, speculation about the possibility of Jimin being sent home early or honorably discharged has started appearing in online discussion rooms. Rumors also suggest that Jimin's family has requested a re-evaluation of the mental burden their son is experiencing. All of this remains unverified, but Jungkook's presence seems to mark an important turning point in what was previously a closed internal dynamic. Just as notable, some public communication analysts believe that if it is true Jimin will be discharged early, It could set an important precedent for future changes in military service policy, especially for public figures under high psychological pressure and expectations. If a national icon like Jimin can't complete his military service due to mental health factors, this opens up a discussion about how the military should respond to soldier mental health issues in general, said a public policy expert from Yonsei University. The most pressing question now is, are we witnessing the beginning of Jimin's resignation from military service, or is all of this merely an unfounded storm of speculation? Does Jungkook's visit signal a larger internal crisis behind the scenes? And if Jimin truly is in an unstable psychological condition, who will be held accountable for the excessive pressure he is under? What's certain is this is no ordinary story. This is an event that could change many things, from public perception of the military to how Korean artists live their dual lives, as idols and as soldiers. And the question now echoing in the hearts of millions is this the beginning of the end for Jimin in the military? And if it is, why did Jungkook feel the need to step in directly? The facts that will emerge in the coming days may become one of the most defining moments in BTS's history and perhaps in South Korea's public policy history itself. However, in addressing all these developments, it is crucial for us as an intelligent society to refrain from making premature conclusions. Is it true that Jimin is facing a serious crisis in the military? Or could this merely be a series of dramatic narratives deliberately constructed by certain parties to attract public attention? Does Jungkook's presence truly reflect emotional urgency? Or could it be just a moment framed by social media to appear more dramatic? The next question is even more important. Are we witnessing valid reporting? Or are we consuming fragments of narratives intentionally twisted to provoke emotional involvement and virality? Who benefits from all this attention? Is it HYBE, the media, the fan base, or perhaps the public itself who feels entitled to the idol stories? We remind you once again that this article is composed based on initial reports from various open platforms, with validity that has yet to be fully verified. Therefore, we invite all of you to reflect on your position in consuming such news. Are you reading to seek the truth or merely to satisfy curiosity? It is important for us to develop a skeptical and reflective attitude in responding to any information, especially concerning the private lives of public figures. Do not let emotions be your only compass in responding to the news. Ask yourself again, am I believing in information or merely believing in what I want to believe? This discussion is not just about Jimin and Jungkook. It is about how we, as a modern society, respond in an era where information flows so quickly, yet the truth often lags behind. Are we critical enough or merely reactive? Think thoroughly. Reevaluate every source. And before spreading, ask yourself, is this a fact or merely a mirage professionally packaged? Do not be part of a misleading current. Be part of a responsible information solution. Thank you.